Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Prof Otaku and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't figured out from my other two videos, I'm pre-recording all of this, obviously. Since I am at home right now, I wanted to get a nice little background for at least part of the video. This is my reading log for the month of July. I'm going to do this first part here. This is like the first half of the month basically, and then while I'm on the road I will read more and I will do a separate part that will be part of this video later. So definitely stay around. So let's start with what I read in this first half. We first start off with Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 5. This rom-com has been so disappointing as things have continued to progress, especially with my reading career with rom-com. It just doesn't stack up. I was so bored this volume. Nothing happened. Basically, any supernatural stuff they mentioned in the first two volumes is basically gone. There's nothing in there. It's been a disappointing series. I'm not picking this up for a while. This is going on the back burner. Next up is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 8. Good series. Good series. It's something that I feel like you have to maybe read 2 volumes at a time or 3 volumes at a time to really grasp what's going on, because this series kind of takes longer chapters and so the arcs are long through several volumes, so I just kind of forget what's going on. That being said, the characters are great, love the storyline in general, and the artwork of course is fantastic. So yeah, let me know if you're a Toilet Bound Hanako-kun fan. It's really a great series. Next up is Golden Kamuy Volume 22. Great series. It's on sale right now on the Right Stuff summer sale, so I highly recommend you pick it up. Well, actually, at this point it won't be, but if at the end of the sale this will come back. This is a great starter seinen series if you're looking for a seinen manga, because it's got everything. It's got cooking, comedy, historical context, battles, craziness. It's super fun, engaging, and dynamic. I cannot recommend this enough. Love the characters, love the storyline. The world itself is very cool. Next up is an 8-volume series. I read the entirety of Tomochan Is a Girl. So this is a rom-com series about this girl right here, and she is a tomboy, and this guy June, he is her best friend. They grew up together, but she wants him to see her like a girl because she likes him a lot. And so it's their journey together as she tries to prove to be more girly basically, and then their relationship together. This is a 4-coma series, and so, but it flows very well, especially in the later volumes. It goes less from episodic to a more streamlined story. But yeah, it's very fun. I love all of the side characters here. These side characters make the story. They're so funny, and the relationship itself is very streamlined. It doesn't dive too much into the other relationships in the story, which is great. And it's a very short series at 8 volumes, and they're very thin volumes too, which I really like, because I get Tomochan and I get her story, and then it's done, and it doesn't just drag on, which I really like. So yeah, this is definitely jumped up. I would say it's right at either number 5 or number 6 for my favorite rom-com of all time. Highly recommend you check this one out. Yeah, it doesn't have an anime, so it's kind of a dark horse. Next up is Noragami Volume 1. I talked a little bit about this in my manga haul video, but I got started on this because I wanted something a little bit different. And if you notice this cover right here, you're like, why this looks different than the one that I have? This is actually the Loot Crate edition, so this is actually kind of cool. I actually really like the cover of this one compared to the first volume of the regular edition. This is a great interesting story, and I love the way they explained it. It didn't just throw too much at you. I compared this in my haul video to Livingstone, except just explained better. It's got kind of the same dynamic with the people and the depression and the ghosts and stuff like that. The characters, I connect to the characters a lot more. I love the art style for this manga. It's like really kind of how do I explain it? It's very like sketchy. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's very, very cool. I love the character faces. So yeah, Noragami, this is a longer series, but I can't wait to pick it up. I hope it goes on sale during the Right Stuff summer sale, because I'm kicking myself now that I didn't pick it up before. First up is Sweat and Soap, Volume 6. Oh, I love Sweat and Soap. And it had been so long since I'd read a Sweat and Soap volume, like 3 or 4 months, maybe close to, no, about 4 months since I read the last Sweat and Soap volume. And it's so good, y'all. It's the best rom-com like ever. And I know it's like so weird because it's like, oh, he's got a kink, he likes to smell the sweat and it's gross and like whatever, but like it's such a great relationship. It's so realistic. This volume itself takes a different direction. It goes into some negative aspects of their relationship, which is awesome, so refreshing. And I think this just does mature relationships so well, and there's ecchi stuff in here, but it's done so tastefully and it's not like ugh. So yeah, highly recommend Sweat and Soap. Please, 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 if you read anything from my reading log, or if you think about picking up any series, pick up Sweat and Soap. Hi y'all, Prof here. It is August 2nd. I'm in Connecticut and I finally have some time to record this second half of my reading log. So without further ado, let's get started. First up is Blood on the Tracks, Volume 6. Holy moly. Blood on the Tracks is just getting absolutely nuts. And I know every manga tuber has just said this, but if you're not on Blood on the Tracks, you've got to get on it. What I absolutely love about this volume was the art. It's absolutely phenomenal, especially with this volume. You know, we've got Shuzo Oshimi uses the blood splatters and with the sketch artwork to just create this tension, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is messed up. And we dive deeper into the backlash of the mom against the son and the other girl, and it just gets so nasty. And it's also taking kind of like a, I mean, to me it seems like it's taking us like a sexual turn, which is just getting kind of weird. I'm gonna be curious to see how Shuzo Oshimi goes from here, but I will say that it's just getting so much more crazy. We added some more things with characters from the beginning, from Volume 1. So yeah, I just cannot recommend this highly enough. Next up is Komi Can't Communicate, Volume 13. This got better. This got better from the problems that were part of the series before, which is the progression of friends and the progression of the romance. Well, the progression of the romance is still not there. but at least between, you know, we finished this arc with Komi and I think that's her cousin, her little cousin. It was super cute, and it's nice to see Komi kind of in a different light, more like in a sister role. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it for what it is, but of course, nothing progresses in the storyline. So, you know, take it or leave it. But it was still an enjoyable read. Next up is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 7. This is a great volume. Lots of progression in the main relationship. I love the zoo scene, not really like a spoiler, but just the zoo in general. It was a lot of fun. It was super cute. Great dynamic between our characters, like I said. Yeah, progressing well. I'm enjoying it. I will keep picking it up. Next up is Noragami, Volumes 2 and 3. 3 was actually not in my manga haul, but I did pick this up at a bookstore. Noragami, as we keep going through this, it's interesting. It's a great story. I just get like a little bit, I don't know how to explain it, like maybe just like a little bit annoyed. I really don't like this character here at all. I think he's just really annoying and just like, I don't know, like, because I guess because we don't have any of his backstory yet, so like his actions don't make sense. So it's just really annoying, and I don't understand his relationship with him and why he's doing the things that he's doing. It's very up in the air, and I would hope that they would have dived more into that, at least by the 3rd volume, but it's still going through just the general storyline of him being a god and trying to, you know, rise the ranks of being a stronger deity. So I will keep picking it up. I hope it progresses. That's just my concerns with Noragami at this point. Next up is Dr. Stone, Volume 17. Amazing, amazing, amazing. One of my favorite Shonen Jump, ongoing Shonen Jump series of all time right now, and good reason why. And it's every arc is getting better and better. I've said it before, this introduces the new villain. We're in the America arc right now, and this introduces the new villain at the end of the volume, and it's just such a cool, different take on the different villains that we've had in the past. So I like where it's going. I think this arc is shaping up to be really, really cool, and I like the different science stuff that they did in this volume. It's a lot different than what they've done in previous volumes. It's fresh, it's innovative. I absolutely love it. Check it out. Next up is Happy by Naoki Urasawa, the tennis manga. I read volumes 17 and 18 this month. This is a slow burner for me because it takes a lot out of me to read Happy. And if anybody who's read Happy, you would understand what I'm saying. You can't read 23 volumes straight of tennis. It's too much. But the nice thing about this story is that I can put it away and come back to it, and I don't really forget anything. Each arc is just basically completely separate, and the characters stay the same in terms of their personality. There's just an end goal going on, and like all of Naoki Urasawa's works, there's many arcs, but the end goal is the same, so it's easy to step away and come back, at least for Happy. Maybe not 20th Century Boys, but for Happy, yes you can. So anyway, I'm enjoying the side characters. I'm enjoying the way that the tennis is progressing. You know, I think maybe this could have ended shorter, like around this 18th volume point. I think that this is maybe dragging on a little bit too long, which is why I'm taking so long to read it. But it's still an enjoyable series. The artwork is getting much, much better, and it's a lot of fun. This guy is getting kind of annoying. I don't want to see any more of him. I want to see our main character do more tennis stuff. So yeah, the last thing I read this month was Blue Giant Volume 3 and 4. This is great. I couldn't put this omnibus down. It took me a little bit to get into this series. You know, the first 2 volumes, you know, especially as a musician myself, I was like, you know, is this going to be a realistic thing, or is it going to play fun on like just the whole music career thing? And it really doesn't. It does accurately portray musicians' careers very well. I will say there's some like playing aspects, like when he's playing the saxophone, that just don't make like some of the things he does, it's just like manga-esque. It's not realistic, and it's just like, okay, well that's just kind of dumb, you know, as somebody who had siblings play saxophone and somebody who's played saxophone for their degree for like to learn it. But that being said, love the artwork, love the progression of the story. And yeah, you know, what's interesting is as a music manga, you know, there's no music obviously, but there's very little music involved. It's just a lot of story with a little bit of music, which is great because that's what this manga needs to kind of keep moving forward. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. If you love music, I highly recommend you pick this up. If you don't like music, maybe skip out on this one because I don't think it's going to be worth your time to read because there's so much other stuff out there. And that's it for my manga reading log for the month of July. Thanks for sticking around. As always, if you like the video, please hit the like button, tap that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you know when more of my videos come out. I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.